Hey, everybody. I hope you have had a wonderful week. Can we say hallelujah for the 70 degrees the past couple days? Mm. Today, the rain was kind of on and off, but I opened pretty much every door in my house today, and it was marvelous. I missed you, and I want to say to everybody that reached out, I was like, I missed you with last Friday's newsletter, or hey, missed you on this Monday's kind of what's happening this week. I've had two kids with strep. So they have been at home and not at school. And this is the first time my son's been sick since he had some seizures at Thanksgiving last year. So we've kind of been extra eyes on that one. He likes to give us a run for our money. We get stress tests quite frequently when he's involved. So we kind of been very low key this week. No jujitsu, no taekwondo. Just taking antibiotics and resting, trying to get back to normal. But my kids went to school today, thankfully. And they had at Arapahoe, they did their second quarter award ceremony today. And my son got a reading achievement award and my daughter got the AB honor roll award. And that was wonderful. And then they invited us to stay for a K through 5 elementary school dance. It was more of a fun run meets a rave. It was very loud, lots of kids running with suckers in their mouths. So for me, I literally came home and said, I need quiet and I need a stiff drink. This is just straight gin tonight with some ice. I think I got like 3 drops of a lime in here. So, and it's that same gin that I put a picture up of a couple weeks ago. So cheers to Friday night. Cheers to a beautiful week and what I think is going to be a beautiful weekend coming up. I want to know, did you make it to the blood drive today? We had a blood drive at the community center in Fairfield Harbour today. I got my finger pricked. My hemoglobin was low by like 1/10 of a point. And they went to try to do it again, but the guy like finalized my thing. So I didn't get a take 2 on the whole hemoglobin situation, but I wasn't able to donate. I will try to find another drive here soon and I'll be at the next one that we have in the neighborhood. But there were a lot of people there. There were people at the canteen station that had just given, that were having snacks. There were people in the chairs. There were people coming in as I was walking out. It was really well attended. So thanks to everybody that went and gave. Maybe help save a life in this area. So having said that, I'm going to try to make this one short. The newsletter, though, has a lot of really exciting stuff in it. If you haven't seen it yet, allow me the opportunity to tell you what's happening, okay? This drink's not going far tonight. You might see me doing this, and that is me hugging it for comfort. So let's see what we got here. This is the newsletter for this week. Let's see if I can make that bigger. Great. As always, I am not affiliated with the POA or the office in any way. I just live here and love living here and do this just for your listening pleasure. So having said that, let's get into it. If you ever need the POA office for any reason, feel free to call them 252-633-5500. And you can also always call the security gates. They are 252-636-5566. And with that, let me see if I can scroll over here. All right. The beacon just came out last week. If you haven't yet had a chance to look at the beacon, that is at fhbeacon.com. It's a publicly available thing. And I did a recording of that a couple days after it was published. So you can always go back in the videos on this channel and read through the beacon or listen to it. There was a lot of good stuff in there. Important dates coming up. We have our next regular board meeting on February the 21st, so mark your calendars. We have the next Property Control Committee meeting on February the 23rd. And don't forget that if you have a item that you would like presented at the Property Control Committee, please make sure you have your documents in by noon on the Tuesday prior to make sure that you have appropriate time on the agenda for that week and that your stuff is covered. Our next recycling day is February 28th. It's hard to believe it's already mid-February. February had like 2 hours compared to January. It seemed like an entire quarter. And we're going to talk about this more later in the newsletter. I kind of scanned through, but our spring cleanup days are coming up March 6th through April the 7th. So for those new to the neighborhood, definitely listen into that. It's a really important time for our community. That happens once a year, those spring cleanups, but really important to kind of get all the yard waste out of your yard and get everything fresh and clean for spring. So we'll go over that a little bit more. And our quote for this week by Cindy. Welcome, Cindy. And I'm sorry I missed your quote last time. I got so enamored with that photo, but I will make sure to keep reading those moving forward. Love yourself first, and everything else falls into line. You really have to love yourself to get anything done in this world. By the late, great Lucille Ball, who can really say nothing wrong, in my opinion. But great quote, Cindy. I thank you for that. And then look at this picture. You know what? I really should have found this on my hard drive. This is a photo that I posted on the Fairfield Harbour community. I think I posted it on a couple different communities 2 Saturdays ago. It was beautiful outside. We had a ton of fishermen coming down the creek. You could hear the trolling motors. You could see the fish dancing on the water, those that come and jump the mullet. We had a lot of little baby minnows up near the shoreline in our marsh grasses. But this is our backyard. This is my backyard, and our boat. And yeah, we had lots of fishermen coming out that day. We love waving at everybody as they come by. We're out there quite often. So, and now that the weather's getting nicer, you will see us all out there. And to my neighbors, you will likely hear us a lot as well. 'Tis the season. But yeah, thanks so much, Jennifer, for featuring my photo this week. I just can't say it enough. We love living where we do. All right. So our big feature this week is amazing. And I have some additional information I'm going to add as commentary here. Coming to Fairfield Harbour very soon will be the Craven-Pamlico Book and Tech Mobile. We've been waiting on this to come for some time. Plans are moving forward to bring the Tech Mobile to Fairfield Harbour for a test run. So this is the new link for the Craven County Library website. I go to that website all the time. And if you actually go through their regular standard link, it lets you know that it's moving to this new URL in the near future. But there's a lot of programming that our library does. My kids love going to our library here, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about that. But let's talk about what is the Book/Tech Mobile. The Book/Tech Mobile is a library on wheels full of great things for your community, and you can borrow it all for free with a library card. So on the mobile itself, you can get a free library card. So if you don't have a Craven County library card, you can get one, and you'll need one for some of the apps we're going to talk about here in a second. There are tons of great books on the mobile and in the library that you can go rent or check out. We have hotspots and laptops that you can rent from the library. So that's amazing. And then you can stream movies from Hoopla. Hoopla is an app we used a lot in Charlotte. The Charlotte Mecklenburg Library talked about it a lot. And so whenever you log into Hoopla, it asks you, what is your library? And then it asks you for your library card number. So it links to your account. And then any audiobooks, paper, like ebooks that you would get in paper, but you wanted to read on your Kindle or your iPad or what have you, you can download those all there. Audiobooks is another big one. And then the movies. So any kind of movies that you would go and pick up at the library on DVD, VHS, if you still have a VHS player, you can actually rent the digital copy for free. online. So the Hoopla app's amazing. I have used that and still do using my Craven County library card. But you can also use Libby. Libby Books, I've used it maybe once or twice for some study peripherals for the program management test. I don't use it as much, so I don't have as much familiarity with that, but it is an ebook app as well, very similar to Hoopla or Kindle, if you're familiar with that, or iBooks. And then there's over 600 free educational classes. So if you're familiar with LinkedIn Learning, or you're familiar with any of the online classes that a lot of colleges do now, they do offer free classes. How to file my taxes. I think the last class I took through Hoopla, it used to be a thing through them. They don't do that anymore. But it was all about Microsoft Project, and here's how to use it. Here's how to make some functions work for you that are just hard. And then YouTube. So if you're watching this video on YouTube, YouTube also has a ton of free training out there. People that are experts in their field, they don't necessarily get paid to put that training out there, but it's quick tips and tricks that they've learned along the way around different services, products, tools, and technology. So feel free to go up to that search bar at the top of YouTube and type in something that you want to learn more about. And I learned how to knit on YouTube. It's a thing. You have lots of class options out there if you're already on YouTube. So anyway, I digress. But call Toria 252-638-7804 if you want to learn more about the book or Techmobile. Ask any questions before they come, but that is going to be coming soon. So that's very exciting. I will tell you that while I'm here, I went out to look. So my daughter does one of the book clubs that they have at the library. So they have different age groups, elementary school, middle school, high school. And they have different book clubs based on genre of books. So my daughter really likes graphic novels. They have a graphic novels book club. They have a nonfiction book club. These are tailored to kids my daughter's age, like 8 to 12. They also have some adult book clubs that meet at the library, and it's all free. You just go and you meet people. And then if you have small kids, you can go to the library, and right as you walk in the front door, there is a glass case, if you will, and they have seek and find in there. So it's like 4 or 5 shelves, and it's all types of stuff that are on the shelves. And then they give you like a little card that says, find these things on the shelf. Once you find them all, you go get a librarian, bring her back, show her where they all are in the case, and your kids get prizes. Very good for wasting 10 or 15 minutes. Give your kids something good and constructive to do while you look at books. It's just a really great thing that they have there. I hadn't seen that at a library before, and they love that. The other thing that they're doing in February at our Craven County Library is they have a 2023 reading challenge that's happening right now. So adults and teens in the New Bern area. Let's see if I can just click on this. I'll tell you. It doesn't really give me any more details, but there is a 2023 reading challenge. I'm sure you can find out more if you want to go to the libraries. Oh, I'm sorry. Here it is. Readers are challenged to read books on different genres and subjects. Step outside your comfort zone to find a great book you would have never found. Reading challenge information is located at the reference desk or online, and you can post your reading challenge photos to Facebook, tag the New Bern Craven County Public Library. And then there is a table for how to win prizes as you go through that challenge. There's also a New Year scavenger hunt that is happening. And there is a Have a Heart scavenger hunt. So search for hearts hidden in the adult and teens areas of the library. And when you find one, take it to the reference desk for a prize. It's open to all ages. But I think our library does a really good job of catering to a lot of different groups, from those little tiny tots to young and old adults alike. So in addition, they do have story times. So during the week, there are story times for K through 5 on Saturdays. There's also a teen story blocks for grades 6 through 12 on Saturdays at 3 p.m. They have preschool story steps. So if you have a child that might be getting ready to start kindergarten next year, now's a great time to get involved at the library and get them reading new and different books. And then they also have, so we talk a lot about the events at our community center, Tai Chi and things like that, Zumba, you know, the things we talk about every Monday that are happening. So they have at the library on Tuesdays at 10 a.m. I'm going to say this wrong, you know, but Qi Gong. It's a gentle practice using mind, movement, and breath to direct energy flow in the body. Let's see if I can click on this. Creating balance within. So cool. And then they also have other types of just very low movement, but high impact exercises for balance and mind. So they just do a lot of really good. And they also do Zydeco dancing. That was what they were doing for Mardi Gras. So lots of new stuff. And then they also on their calendar, if you go to the website and then you go to events, they also have where the book and tech mobile is going to be at different places around Craven and Pamlico counties over the next couple of weeks. So definitely go and check that out. Lots of good stuff happens at our library. All right. So we do have 3 open Property Owners Association positions available. So those are Board of Directors positions. And if you are interested in being one of those 3 directors, look in the March beacon that's going to be coming out soon for more details on what you need to know to announce your candidacy, all of that stuff, everything, and the whole process for how to win one of those seats will be in the March beacon. And you know, we will be covering it. I've been asked a couple times if I would consider running. Actually had that conversation again this morning, and I would love to. I was on the board in our Charlotte community, and yeah, I'm giving it a lot of thought, but it's also a really big time commitment. And I certainly wouldn't want to overcommit and underdeliver on something like that. So I'm going to stay mindful, but with 2 kids in school still, it's a lot on my plate right now. So we will continue to think about it, but I am getting involved in the events committee. I'm working on some articles to publish in our beacon and our newsletter. So you'll be seeing more of me. Okay. All right. So spring cleanup. It is about time to get all of that vegetative debris picked up by our fabulous community maintenance crews. We do get a lot of questions about the pickup. So the schedule is at the end of the newsletter, along with the do's and don'ts for those that might be new to this once-a-year service. There is also a full-size attachment online. So if you go to our website for the POA, there is a full-size attachment that you can print to keep at home if you need to. All right. But it has been a busy week for the maintenance crew. There was a brick column removed at the front entrance. Yep, it's not there. Oh, and the sign is looking really good. I've been seeing them do a lot of work over there. We got some banks by the pond cleared. And we got new fencing up by maintenance. It's being in the process of being painted black. It's looking great. This fencing will help to define the areas to park when going to the food trucks and eliminate cars in the grassy area. Malcolm is seen painting today. Go Malcolm. Thank you so much for doing that. I do like the black. That looks good. Sorry, I'm just going to keep nursing this drink. Tax time. We all, just last week, got the rest of our 1099s, W-2s, all the things. We should be in the process of getting all of our receipts together, making sure that all of our notes through December 31st are up to date with all of our expenses throughout the year, any types of deductions and depreciations we want to make sure we capture. But if you need help pulling all of that together or getting questions answered about your taxes or getting your taxes filed, there is a volunteer income tax assistance service. VITA is a free IRS-sponsored program for the elderly and low to moderate income taxpayers. It will be at the Pointe on Tuesday, February 21st from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Oh, it's not in here this week, but I do think they have an office open with tax prep help almost every day. It was in the most recent Beacon, and I will go back and make sure that I have that for the next time. But it will be coming to Fairfield Harbour, the Pointe restaurant, on February 21st from 9 to 3. But there is another place in New Bern that you can go to get help if you need it. But they offer on-site tax preparation, and you can also drop off your tax information and pick it up later at the Harrison Center on Middle Street, or pick up your tax package if you previously dropped it off in New Bern. If you have questions, you can always email newbernvita@gmail.com, or you can give them a call. Their number is 252-772-5245. Committees are committed, and we need you, okay? So there are quick list of committees that are in need of volunteers in our community. So we talk a lot about the Property Control Committee. They meet pretty regularly. If you have background in any area of construction, your experience might lend itself to be very appreciated on this committee. This committee oversees new construction, small projects, waterfront projects, and tree removal permits. With 30 plus new homes being built right now, this committee is shouldering a great deal of work and responsibility while keeping your permit request turnaround times fast. So if you're interested in being on the Property Control Committee, definitely reach out. They would love to have you. Also, the Covenants Enforcement Committee, a thorough understanding of the declarations. For some reason, the O and the R just escaped my brain, but the declarations, our rules and regulations we live by here. If you have a thorough understanding of those, this committee needs you. There is a commitment to keeping up the community's appearance. So if being on the Covenants Enforcement Committee is something that would interest you, by all means, please reach out. We have the Road Gang. This is the group that goes up and down Broad Creek Road. That's BCR, if you ever see that acronym. It helps clean up litter that is found day to day up and down Broad Creek Road. Always looking for help to help keep that clean. And then we have the Enhancement Committee. This committee strives to promote a resort lifestyle by a comprehensive branding of our POA owned and common areas through uniformity of any and all signage, colors, font, decor, landscaping, building materials, hardscaping, marketing, and logos. By adopting these reasonable standards, we reinforce value, continuity, community, while maintaining property values. Please see page 26 of your handy directory. Come on into the POA office for an application, or find them online under the documents. Then go into general information, then go into forms, and you can find applications for any of these committees. I have to just reread this for a second. The Enhancement Committee strives to promote a resort lifestyle by comprehensive branding of our POA owned and common areas through uniformity of any and all signage, colors, font, decor, landscaping, building materials, hardscaping, marketing, and logo. All right, I'm gonna get more information on that committee. I don't know, that just doesn't, there's a gap in the words on the page and it making sense in my mind. And that is of no one's fault but my own. I am drinking a very stiff drink after a elementary school dance following an elementary school award ceremony. So don't mind me, but I'll read that again later. Please feel free to do that yourself. All right, we do have U.S. Coast Guard auxiliary classroom trainings. Those are still coming. The next one being offered is February 25th. These classes will be provided in Fairfield Harbour. They are designed for both experienced as well as want-to-be sailors. For more information on these or other U.S. Coast Guard auxiliary training classes, please go to this website. That's going to be in your newsletter that you should have gotten in your email. And I'm sure that you can find that going to Front Steps as well. The next class, Boat America, looks amazingly informative. And I said the Front Steps. If you go, this was mentioned in the Beacon, if you, or it's on that website if you go to the Fairfield Harbour website. The next class, Boat America, looks amazingly informative, offered February 25th from 8:30 a.m. to 5 or 4:30 p.m. in the community center. Please register by Monday, February 20th to be part of that class. The total 8-hour class is only $25. Here's what we're going to be covering. It's a boating certificate class that offers an in-depth and interesting boat safety course and provides knowledge needed to obtain a boating certificate. Some insurance companies, if you have Farm Bureau, they do this as well, offer discounts to your boater's insurance if you've successfully completed that course. Note to self, okay? All right. Topics at this class is going to be types of power boats, boating vocabulary, sailboats, paddle boats, powering boats, and engine types. Boating laws like boating registration, regulations, hull identification numbers, required safety equipment, federal boating law, state boating law, and reporting accidents. Safety equipment like life jackets, fire extinguishers, sound producing devices, visual distress signals, anchors, and other safety equipment. Buoys, beacons, aids to navigation, navigation rules, docking, and the dangers of alcohol on the water. Boating emergencies like hypothermia, boating accidents, man overboard, capsizing, emergency radio calls, carbon monoxide dangers, and weather. Trailering, the types of trailering, the lights, hitches, and towing a trailer safely. And sports and boating, water skiing, hunting gear, PWC operation. PWC to me says PricewaterhouseCoopers because of my job, but I have no doubt that's not what that means. And other boating tips. So if you have questions about the fees, the class, or you want to register, please go to that website. And just note that you do have to pay for the class whenever you pre-register, okay? So these calendars that are on sale at the office, no doubt, beautiful photos. I have not made it by there to pick mine up yet, but lucky for me, they're only $5 now. So they're on sale. Please come and get your calendars. They make great gifts and no doubt include some amazing photos of the landscapes that make Fairfield Harbour such a desirable place to live. All right, let's talk about the golf club, Harbor Point Golf Club. The course has finally dried up just a little bit. This week has been beautiful, and I have no doubt that sun and those gentle breezes helped, but just in time for more rain. I haven't looked at the weather for the next few days. We have continued to treat greens for moss and will continue these treatments well into the growing season. The wet weather, shade, and constant damp surface make controlling moss difficult this time of year. Brush cutting and on natural areas continued this week and will continue until growing season starts. We hope to start applying pre-emerge herbicides to the golf course next week, weather permitting, of course, and another application of herbicide will be made to the greens to help control the POA. Thank you for including the pronunciation. It's amazing. Spring is right around the corner, and we are looking forward to a great golf season. As always, we hope to see you on the course. Chris Dunn is the superintendent. We talk about Brian Joyner a lot, but it's good to know Chris's name too. All right, so due to the forecast of heavy rain on Sunday, we're just going to go ahead and cancel the Chili Bowl tournament. We will still be hosting the Super Bowl party in the restaurant, which starts at 5 p.m. And there's another section in the newsletter that has more details on the Super Bowl party. Reservations are recommended. So if you have not done that yet, go ahead and go. But it sucks that the Chili Bowl tournament's been canceled. Ladies, 9 and wine. Okay, and Devine came to my house this morning. We had a great conversation about the events committee, and I learned a lot from her. I learned a lot from all of you every time we have a conversation. 9 and wine. I'm definitely coming out. I can't do it on February or on the 22nd, but I will make it a point to be at the next one. I have a proposal due on the 24th, so I will be heads down finalizing that on this 22nd, but I will be at the next one. Ladies, 9 and wine. The next one is scheduled for Wednesday, February 22nd at 1:30. The cost to play is $35 for the public, $10 for members. The cost includes a glass of wine and snacks following play. You also are given a brief instructional clinic before the round, and you don't want to miss it. And what I heard today was it is great for beginners. So if you know nothing about golf, definitely go to the February one. If you can't make February, definitely come to the March one, and you can laugh at me because I will be out there to entertain. But I will be at the March one. All right. Operation 36 golf classes. We're currently taking enrollment for Op 36 spring semester. Classes begin the week of March 20th. Cost for the program is $340 per person and includes a 1-hour class each week for 8 weeks, as well as 4 9-hole tournaments. For more information, please call Brian at the Pro Shop. We'll get to that number, I have no doubt, down here at the end. There is a couples event happening March through October on the 3rd Friday of each month. Grab your partner and sign on up. Formats will be selected. They'll be fun, less competitive. You'll also have the option to eat at the restaurant once play is over. Reservation, of course, always recommended. And then the Dice Game Open, our next club tournament, will take place on Saturday, March 25th. It's going to be open to the public. Players will sign up individually for this 4-person team event. Teams will be paired based on handicap in an ABCD format. Each team will receive a die. After all players tee off, the die will be rolled. If it lands on 1, you will take the player A's drive. 2, you will take player B's drive. 3, the C player's drive, and 4, the D player's drive. 5, you will take the worst drive, and 6, you will take the best drive. The team will play a scramble format after the tee shot is selected. Sign up in the Pro Shop or online for this event. That sounds like a lot of fun. The number for the golf club, the Pro Shop, is 252-638-5338. Lots of fun events at the golf course. All right, and we do have the Pointe restaurant. Breakfast Saturday and Sunday, 7:30 to 10:30. Lunch is on Wednesday to Sunday, 10:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Dinner Wednesday to Saturday, 5 to 9. And live music on Thursday. So on February 16th, right after Valentine's Day, Hoff and Finch is going to be there. Our weekly lunch specials is the Juicy Lucy Burger, American cheese-filled hamburger cooked to your desired temperature, topped with more cheese, roasted onion, and apple smoked bacon, served on a brioche bun with fries. Our dinner special is seared salmon with green goddess dressing for $25, topped with garlic basil, green onion dressing, served with white rice and broccoli. And then don't forget the Friday fish fries. The chef is cooking haddock with fries and slaw. There are also broiled options available. The big game, the Super Bowl, is coming up this weekend on Sunday, February the 12th. Valentine's Day dinner is February the 14th. And Ladies Night and Wine is February the 22nd. So to make reservations or to ask questions about the menu or get any other information, feel free to call the restaurant. You can do that at 252-638-5338, extension 4, when prompted. Look at these great graphics. Love it. Game day, Sunday, February 12th. This says 5 p.m. I don't think the game starts till 6, but we will be having Super Bowl Sunday. You get $1 off the draft specials, and there is a bar menu. I think the bar menu. Hold on. I just saw the bar menu somewhere. I'm trying to think about where I saw that now. It had like loaded potato fries for $13. That was the first thing on the list. If I didn't see it in here, where did I see it? You know what? I'm not going to bother you with that. The Pointe restaurant, the Valentine's Day dinner, $32 per person. That's your entire meal. It includes plus tax, plus gratuity. That is February 14th, starting at 5 p.m. Please make sure to call and make reservations so you have a seat. The dinner options are going to be honey glazed salmon, shrimp Alfredo over linguine, and chicken pomegranate. Dessert options include chocolate lava cake, raspberry lemon drops. Lemon drop is my very favorite drink in the whole wide world. All right, and y'all, we have this for food truck rotation on spin now. So when the restaurant is not open for business, we have food trucks in our neighborhood. The Marikai food truck will be here on February the 13th, and they're going to be here from 5 to 7. Dee Dee's Charburger will be here from 11:30 to 1:30 p.m. For more information on them, you can look them up on Facebook or Instagram or call 252-725-3115. Tanya's Hella Fat Food will be here on February the 20th from 11:30 to 1:30, and then again from 5 to 7 for dinner. Frank's is going to be here on the 21st from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Tanya's Hella Fat Food again on the 27th from 11:30 to 1:30 p.m. and again from dinner on 5 to 7. And then on the 28th, Dee Dee's Charburger from 11:30 to 1:30 for lunch. All right, as always, these reminders don't really change a whole lot, but POA Office, if you are new to Fairfield Harbour, welcome. We are so glad that you are here. Please stop by the office. Make sure you get your decal. In order to get your decal for your vehicle that helps raise and lower the gates without needing to put in the code, you will need to know the make, model, year, license plate, and color of your car. And then you're just going to go in the office, fill out a little form. They put the decal on your car right there. It's super painless, a couple minutes. And then if you've made any changes to your car, bought a new car, congratulations. Change your license plate number, just stop on in the office and make those updates whenever you can, just so they can keep a good idea of who is coming and going from our neighborhood. That's part of what helps keep us safe. And then don't forget to register at the office. There is a new packet for new residents of Fairfield Harbour, full of information about all kinds of things that happen in and around the area. And there is new resident orientation on Fridays at 10 a.m. It takes about 90 minutes. All right, y'all. We've got the payment portal is also, so if you're new to Fairfield Harbour, again, welcome. We're so glad you're here. And definitely register on the website to get a username and password. You will need that in order to pay dues and other fees that go along with living in Fairfield Harbour. Our dues are coming up in March, so we will start to see notices of that if you own a home in Fairfield Harbour or live in the condos, things like that. And then if you don't want to pay online electronically, there is also a drop box. If you want to write a check and put that, there's a drop box at the front office. The next billing for the dues, like I said, will be March 1st, and there will be a due date of May 1st on those fees. And again, take advantage of that prepay, right? So if you sign up to prepay your dues, you can do that on a monthly basis through auto pay, like via bank draft. And then you're paying a little bit every single month. And by the time next March comes around, you're paid up. You don't even have to worry about it. And then our office does offer services. So scanning, faxing, you can make copies, but please make an appointment, like call, make sure no one else is using those facilities or machines before you get there. Or there's not something getting ready to run in the next little bit that's needed for a meeting or something. So definitely call ahead and make an appointment to stop by. They also have notary services in the office as well. All right, tennis camps. We've talked about these a lot, and I think there is another section down at the end. So far, there are 9 tennis clinic participants and 29 pickleball clinic participants signed up. The flyer with info for how to join is at the end of the newsletter. But if you've ever wanted to learn how to play tennis or pickleball, now is the time to sign up. Okay. All right. So here's that one pager, right, that talks about spring cleaning. So let's talk about this. Vegetative debris that's in your yard once a year, our maintenance crews will come around and help us get rid of that in our yard. So you have to have your debris ready to be picked up 1 week prior to your scheduled week. So for me, I live on Plymouth Court. Let's see, they're in alphabetical order. So Plymouth Drive, Pelican Drive, and Shoreline, March 6th through the 10th. So the week before March 6th, we would have all of our vegetative debris there. Was that the first-ish? So please adhere to the schedule below. Have your materials ready by 7 a.m. on the Monday of your pickup week. Anything put out after the week of your scheduled pickup will not be picked up. Sorry, we have like an order and an organization to this. So this is plant material only. Do not put your house litter out there, okay? That's not helpful. And it's helpful if you can put your debris on a tarp, not in bags. Just that makes it easier for the maintenance crew that's coming by. They typically come by with trailers, and it's just nice to be able to drag your debris up there. Branches, limbs must have a diameter of 10 inches or less. The length is not an issue, and you must be able to fit through the width of a chipper shredder. So again, Pelican Drive and Shoreline will be March 6th through the 10th. So here are all of the different roads in our neighborhood that is part of that first week's cleanup. Gondolier Peninsula, March 17th or March 13th through the 17th. Again, all of the roads here. I don't think it would be helpful for me to read that. I'm not going to do that. But if you'd like me to do that, let me know. Harbor Point will be March 20th through the 24th. And here are the roads that are in the Harbor Point area. Caracara Drive, all March 27th through the 31st. And here are all the additional roads that kind of branch off of Caracara that will be picked up. And then Marina Drive and the Birdlands will be April 3rd through the 7th. It's a really great service to have, so you don't have to take all of your yard debris over to the recycling center or some other dump area. It's really nice to have them come pick that up. All right, and then here is where you can sign up for tennis and pickleball programming. So again, the spring program schedule is March 4th through May 6th, skipping April the 8th. The cost is $85. There are multi-participant discounts available. So there are 4 different tennis class times, all on Saturdays. 8 and under is 11:30 to 12:30. 10 and under, 11:30 to 12:30. 14 to 18 is 12:30 to 1:30. And then beginner, intermediates, and advanced are 8:30 to 9:30, 9:30 to 10:30, and 10:30 to 11:30 for adults. Okay, so we're literally going adults morning, 8:30 to 11:30, and then 10 and under, 11:30 to 12:30, and then 14 to 18, 12:30 to 1:30, okay? And then pickleball, March the 8th through May the 3rd. These are all on Wednesdays. So beginners from 5:30 to 6:30, intermediates from 6:30 to 7:30, and advanced from 7:30 to 8:30. If you have any questions, please feel free to email info@tennisblock.com, and they will be happy to help. So y'all, I think the only gap that I see, and I know I saw it somewhere in here or somewhere in the past like 25, 30 minutes, there's a menu for the Super Bowl party that's happening at the Pointe restaurant. I don't know. My brain has like stopped functioning. But anywho, I will, by the time I do the Monday, what's happening? No, I'll try to do something on Saturday, tomorrow, about once I find it again, where I saw it. I'm sorry. That's just how it is right this second. But with that is the Fairfield Harbour Property Owners Association newsletter for this week. Thank you so much to everybody that contributed articles for that. Love hearing about what's happening in the neighborhood. And I think the highlights for me were, if you are considering running for the board, if you feel like there are things that you want to do, if you want to get involved, it's a great opportunity to do that. Information is coming out in the March beacon in order to learn how to announce your candidacy, find out more about what's expected, things like that. So be on the lookout for that. Of course, I will narrate that here. And then that library tech truck is coming, but don't let that stop you. Like, I didn't see a date for that coming. I think it just said we're working on plans to get it to come here. But go to the library. They have a ton of programming, lots of great stuff for kids, and lots of book clubs that are really well attended. The one that my daughter goes to, they read like a book a month, or 2 books a month. It's like every other week. And it's great for the kids to get together and talk about reading comprehension, what they took from the book. It's so interesting to hear them kind of process that. So anyway, go to the library, think about running for the board, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Have a good night. Bye, everybody.